How do you do? I'm back again. Yes, indeed, I am back again. I'm sitting here at. I suppose there is a name for this service, but I have no idea what it's called because it's the one that's off the 449. It's not far away from the. Actually, is it the 449 or is it 40 now? Do you know what? I don't fucking know. It's somewhere down there anyway, right? Just in case you was wondering. And I'm sitting here, chilling out, having myself a cup of coffee. I'm just wasting about 15 minutes, that's pretty much what I'm doing. Because I've got to get to Hereford, and I'm a little bit early, not too early, but I don't get wasting too much time. But I've got another 5 minutes or so. And I thought, while I was doing that, I'm going to do this when the fucking thing does its thing. Right. Because this made me laugh, this is, I think. Mr. S.J. Powell says on my little video this morning, he commented saying, what if the people that were on Mars left when the planet died and now they're here among us? Well, there is a possibility. You never know. We may be Martians. If you ask certain individuals, they actually believe that to be true. That life did evolve on there, but then again, maybe not. But either way, you know, there is proof up there saying that the planet may have been lush with life, but whether it is our sentient life is another thing. But good answer. Everybody has to have these opinions, have these thoughts, these ideas. It's not all just fucking what, you know. You don't just listen to other people and say, oh, I believe it. Now you've got to take your own conclusions to it. Think for yourself, that's what I say. What's this one here? What's this one? This is a completely different comment. This is from AJ13 Plays. Right, he says, I like trucking, but now I grow up getting older and more of a hooligan. I started bike racing, 250cc bike racing. Of you read this, you're gonna have a nice day. I imagine that's supposed to say, if you read this, I'm gonna have a nice day. Well, there you are, I've read it for you, so I'm gonna have a nice day. Thanks for that. Well done. Oh dear. Now I thought that was quite comical. Yeah, so I was driving down here earlier, and after mentioning this morning, I was watching YouTube, and a particular channel called Security, and the lad mentioned that apparently there's yes, I'm scoffing again. Apparently, it's not just me that believes or has a theory that we are the only civilized or sentient species that is existed on this planet. And I was like, really? So it's not so much like I'm thinking out the box here. Somebody else has also come up with the idea. Yeah, that's cool. Which then obviously the rabbit hole just got fucking deeper and deeper, because I was thinking to myself, well, hang on a minute, we could always look at it like this. 4.5 billion years, as we know, the planet's been whizzing around doing its thing to now, right? That's it, right? But obviously it was sort of like it came to be, in a sense. So the star was born, it done its thing, all the debris, the planet started to make their thing. So there was originally it was a swirling mass of shit, right? That's just the broad strokes of it. It was a swirling mass of crap, and gravity took over, pulled it all together. Lumps of rock and shit started to stick together, creating more gravity, and it's spinning ever so fast, right? I mean, it's fucking whipping around like fuck, and eventually it creates a planetary body, right? And not just this one, several of them out there are doing the same thing, right? They're all scrapping for all the shit that's out there and trying to scoff as much as they can. And then one particular planet was doing exactly the same, but it was almost on the same track as ours, right? And eventually, boom, they collided, right? So then that's how we end up with the moon. It's a theory. It's the plausible theory. It's not an exact science, but it's so far it's the only explanation for it, and it's a bloody good one. So I'm sticking to that. So, you know, X amount of years go by, and the Earth's spinning around. It's now got its satellite up there, the old moon, whizzing around with it. Because originally the moon did spin, right? So I'll get that out of the way. And it spun quite fast. So that's the reason why it's spherical. No, that's right. In shape. Anyway, we'll bypass that bit. So now if we give, right, all that time, right, so mush, planet, moon, calming down, comets are bombarding, giving us water, whatever, billion years. 1 billion years, right? And then I was thinking, well, in that case then, right, you give it 1 billion years to now settle down, get itself sorted, you know, get comfortable, and, you know, it's not doing too bad, and it's being bombarded by shit that's out there, and that starts to slowly calm down, but it's needed, obviously, to bring life to the old planet. The proper carbons and chemicals and whatever that need to make complex cells, organisms. But anyway, so give it 1 billion years. It's a fucking long time, that is, you know. It's a hell of a long time. Because I thought to myself, well, the dinosaurs, right, have been extinct for 65 million-ish years, right? That's dead, gone, no more existence for 65 million years. And in that 65 million year gap, we turned up. Hello, me and you, right? We're here. In only 65 million years, right? So in that gap, we sprung to life, right? Which is, it's quite amazing when you think about it, because 65 million up against 4.5 billion is chump change. So the dinosaurs were around, sort of like stomping around. They evolved, I imagine, somewhere about 300 million years ago, something like that. Maybe, fuck it, just say 500 million years ago. 500 million years ago, the dinosaurs evolved and they came to be, right? And then they lasted a few 100 million years, and then they got fucked off, right? But that still leaves a couple of billion years before they even appeared. So let's say, for argument's sake, if you look at that time scale, you've got 1 billion years just for the planet to settle down and do its thing, right, and get comfortable. 250 million years after that, what's to say that life hadn't evolved into some sort of species or sentient being, right, which would only put it then 1.25 billion years old, but there's life here, right? It could be. I mean, it's not saying there isn't. And then they may have lasted, let's say, for argument's sake, I don't know, what, 1 million years possibly, only. As soft as it sounds, because who knows what they did to themselves, whether that's if they exist, but they might have only lasted that long and got wiped out and extinct. Then another couple 100 million years passed and something else came along. Do you see the pattern here? And there's plenty of time for that to happen in this planet's lifetime, to have sentient beings or complex creatures of some kind evolve and get wiped out, and still have space for this to keep going and keep until we get to where we are now, until we get to us. Because there's a massive amount of time, and until you actually get that scope in your head, thinking, well, that don't make sense. Well, it does in a way, because we weren't roaming around when the fucking dinosaurs were about. We'd have been food. You know? It's, I mean, when you see the drawings of throwing spears at the bloody, you know, Tyrannosaurus Rex, well, nah, that just wouldn't happen. No. But you know what I mean. So obviously, it didn't take a long time for us to eat. So in that kind of scope of things, if you think that you give the planet 1 billion years, which is a shitload of time, from goop to forming its planetary body to creating the moon and having all the being bombarded and whatever, and then settling down, that's a shitload of time. you've still got 3.5 to go, right? And if species and complex organisms can come and go within a couple of million years, who's to say? Time, believe it or not, is the most destructive thing that's ever about there. It's incredibly destructive. Enough of it passes, it will destroy everything and anything in its path. So you can chew on that one for 5 minutes. Anyway, I've got to go. Enjoy that one. I want to finish this off and get going, and I will speak to you a lot somewhere up there when I'm done. Alright, speak later, and don't forget, have a good morning and drive safe. Bye.